I'm building my business to $20,000 a month. No motivation, no hacks, just execution. And I'm documenting the entire process under a system I call the standard. That being said, let me give you some context. Here's what that means in real terms. Last year, we did about $120,000 of revenue, which works out to be $10,000 a month. We brought on roughly 60 new clients, so our average revenue per client was $2,000. This year, the goal is $20,000 a month in revenue, which works out to be $240,000 for the year. So if I'm trying to bring on the same number of clients, my revenue per client needs to increase to $4,000 a month. But the way I'm doing it is what matters. The big difference is we're not focused on chasing the endless cycle of doing more work. We're focused on making the work we're doing more effective, solving bigger problems for bigger clients. So the mission isn't dream bigger. The mission is build a system that produces those reps every week. Every day is structured around three things: physical, mental, and mission. Physical is just moving the body intentionally every day. Mental is doing something to get better, smarter, more skillful, learning something new, developing a skill, just getting a little bit better every day. And then mission is something intentional to further the needle or move the needle in my mission. So that's the key principle of the standard. The standard is a system built around one idea. You don't negotiate with your standards. I started a community around this, but I'm using it myself to grow this business. I execute daily, report to the group weekly, and that's it. No guessing, no inconsistency. Most people don't fail because they lack information. They fail because their standards are optional and they're inconsistent. Optional standards create optional outcomes. If you're building something and want structure and accountability, that's what the standard is for. Link below. So what this series will be is every week I'll break down what I did, what worked, and what didn't. I'll provide quarterly updates on where we're at with the revenue goal, how I felt, where I missed, and what I'm doing next. My current focus this week is lead generation, increasing client outreach, and improved client experience. So conversation that I had with my mentor and coach was that, one of our points of drag is actually the amount of outreach that we're doing right now. And so changing the efficiency of my calendar to give more time for what we consider revenue generating meetings and less time kind of professional meeting, I think is a major focus for this week. And so we'll be reaching out to about 200 prospective clients and current clients, ones that we feel like we can do new business with or improve the level of business that we're already working with existing clients. Spending some time on improving our client experience. And so looking at ways in our process to improve the efficiency of the meetings, improve the overall client experience, which should lead to improved client acquisition percentages in terms of how many meetings do we have to keep to gain a new client and the amount of people that we have to see to become a client. So every week, I'll be documenting the 7 things that I do for my physical, the 7 things that I do for my mental, and the 7 things that I do for my mission. Feel free to follow along the journey.